What up, guys? A big wow what up to the student body. Today on this episode of WAtv, we hear from underclassmen on who they look up to here at WA, find out who's telling the truth about their height, see an ideal lab craft showdown, and more. Then we top it all off with your news and notes and a Warrior Sports Zone update. This is WATv.
Good morning, Wheaton Academy. I'm Cadence here with Graydon, and this is our 21st episode of the year. As you know, we only have a few weeks left of the school year, and in light of that, Zion asked some underclassmen who they look up to as a role model. The answers are really awesome. Take a look.
I'm Zion Willits, and I'm here with Brody behind the camera. And today we're going to be asking underclassmen what upperclassmen they look up to and why they look up to them. Take a look. Who am I here with?
Eli Shen.
Daniel Jarvis.
Ava Guidi.
Anna.
And?
Addie.
Wes.
Massimo Charon.
Max.
Joey.
Alex by status. Noah Kinchek.
Keeson.
What is one upperclassman you look up to and why do you look up to them?
I really look up to Violet Dorn.
Mary Willits.
Zion Willits.
Matea Becker.
Charlie Foley.
Zion Willits.
Probably London.
For sure, Zach Morvac.
Lincoln Holger.
I look up to Chase and Casper Zach. Will Sias.
Don Al.
Who am I here with?
Olive Hoover.
What is one upperclassman that you look up to and why?
I look up to Issy Rocco because I think that she's really supportive of the underclassmen and all of her teammates on track, and she really makes an effort to hype everybody up.
Thank you. Who am I here with?
Jaden Hayes.
Abbott Clausen.
Now, Jaden and Abbott, what is one upperclassman you look up to and why do you look up to them?
Luke Heidelman. He's a huge Star Wars fan, and that's another Star Wars fan. He's just kind of naturally adopted me as his freshman child.
Abbott, who do you look up to?
I look up to Aiden Coop because he's been such a mentor to me this year. He's taken me under his wing, and I really appreciate that.
All right, thank you guys. Who am I here with?
Lizzie Bush.
Gabby Chino.
All right, Lizzie and Gabby, what is one upperclassman you look up to and why do you look up to them?
Definitely Mary Willits because she just exemplifies Jesus so much and she's just so sweet and so nice, and I'm gonna miss her next year.
And then what about you?
Definitely Shaylee Powell because she just welcomed me so much when I was a freshman here and I didn't know anyone.
Who am I here with?
Lucy Klein.
All right, Lucy, what is one upperclassman you look up to and why do you look up to them?
I look up to Allison Brunecki because I got to meet her through cheer, and she really exemplifies like what it's like to be a leader, and she really shows Christ through her actions.
All right, perfect, thank you. Thank you guys so much for watching. It's been Zion Willits and Brody Klein behind the camera, signing out.
Thanks, Zion. For all those who don't know, senior Daisy Henkel is a published author and is about to release her second book. Emery sat down with her to find out about all the details in her upcoming book. Check it out.
Hey WATv, I'm Emery, and today I got the chance to sit down with Daisy, a student here at WA who wrote her very own book. Let's check it out.
Can you tell us what your book is about?
Yeah, so my book called Everywhere I've Never Been is a time travel romance or kind of a fantasy. So it's dual timeline, and one character, their timeline is set in the 1930s and 1940s era, and then the other character is the 1960s, and obviously it's time travel. So the two of their stories kind of collide, and yeah, that's as much as I can say without doing a lot of spoilers. But
yeah, that's good. What inspired you to write this story?
So I actually got to take a trip to Italy with my family when I was about 12. And I just loved it there. And there was something about Venice that really inspired me, and I felt like it was a really magical setting. And so I came up with kind of the like Italy, Venice, 1930s, 40s kind of story first.
Yeah.
And then I like put that together with the other story, and that's how it came together.
Yeah, that's awesome. What was the publishing process like for you?
So I have actually published one book before, December of 2023. And so I feel like I'm getting a little bit better. It's getting like to be a smoother process. But this book took me about a year and a half, both to write and then just like overall edits. So when I finished the first draft of the book, I spent all of last summer editing and like revising it. And every week I would send off like 5 chapters, and then a bunch of friends who wanted to like read it for me and give me feedback would like send in that feedback. And then I would like edit the book with it.
Awesome.
So yeah.
What advice would you give other students who want to write a book?
If you want to write a book, go for it. Like, it's one of the coolest things ever. If you have that gift of writing and you want to make it happen, do it. It is like not a hard process at all. And if you're thinking, you know, I'm not good enough or my story isn't good enough, first of all, it takes years of practice. And also, everybody has a story to tell, and so never think that your story is inadequate or anything like that. Whether it's fiction or nonfiction, everybody has a story to tell. And so just start small. Start with short stories, if that's what works for you, and just write it, because it's the best thing ever.
Yeah. Do you plan to write more books in the future?
I do, actually. So this book that's coming out in June is actually the first in a series.
Oh, nice.
So I've got another one coming out hopefully next year. We're going to hope, but it's in the drafting, like plotting stages right now. And that one, I'm thinking might be partially set in Regency, England, and then also in 1920s New York.
Awesome.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks to Daisy for sharing her story with us. That's all for now. See you next time on WAtv.
Thanks, Emery. Be sure to check out Daisy's new book when it comes out. Next up, we're not sure if you remember our Pitch or Ditch segment with Aaron Carwell. Went through a handle of segments ideas with Nana and eliminated ideas in the Dance Mom style. Well, one of those ideas was seeing if people would be honest about their height. So we put the segment to the test. Let's check out the next segment we like to call Tall Tales.
What's up, WATv? Me and Nick are gonna go around today and fact check people on their height. So let's see.
What's your name?
Miss Dunlap.
All right, how tall are you?
I am 5'11".
Are you sure?
100%.
All right, let's find out.
Oh, let's go.
She claims she is 5'11". She is 5'10".
No, I'm not.
Ooh.
Do that again. 5'11". Do that again. Let me stand up a little taller.
She 5'10"?
That is 5'10".
Ooh.
We'll do it next.
Looks like.
5'10".
Yeah. What's your name?
Hudson.
All right, how tall are you?
5'11".
You sure?
Yep.
All right, let's find out. He claims to be 5'11". You are about 6'3". You're a little off there. Foreign. All right, what's your name?
Jet.
All right, how tall are you, Jet?
6'8".
6'8"? All right, let's find out. It's about 6'7".
Irving back to James.
Who am I here with?
Izzy Vanderbilt.
And how tall are you, Izzy?
So like 5'5", but like on a good day, 5'8".
Okay. Let's see. Izzy. Or like 5'2".
Okay, that's not bad.
Maybe 5'2". Who am I here with?
Carly.
And Carly, how tall are you?
I'm 5'3".
All right, let's find out. You're like 5. With Uggs, you're 5'3". What's your name?
I'm Ella.
How tall are you?
5'5".
All right. She is 5'4".
She's 5'5".
All right, who am I here with?
Mr. Sergi.
How tall are you?
I'm 5'10".
5'10"? You sure?
Positive.
All right, let's find out. He claims to be 5'10". He's actually 5'11".
There we go.
He is being humble about his height.
So I'm honest. That's what we learned.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you saw it there. Some people are honest about their height. Some people learn something new. Back to you, Studio 22.
Thanks, Nick and Emma. Cadence, how tall are you these days?
I think I'm 5'5", maybe 5'6".
Wow. Now for a few news and notes. For chapel this Friday, we have Mr. Regan taking the stage. Then next week we have Mr. Hogan on Tuesday and the senior chapel on that following Friday. Our lunch menu this week consists of Agostino's today, and tomorrow we have pizza, and on Friday we have Panera.
Reminder that AP exams are in full swing. Please be aware of testing locations and to stay out of those areas if you are not taking a test. Junior Senior is this Friday for those who purchased a ticket. We are excited to see the Roaring Twenties come to life. It will be a fun night of dancing, trivia with prizes, a full dinner, as well as dessert and candy bar. It's going to be an amazing night.
That will do for your news and notes. Before we head over to the sports desk, we wanted to show you one more segment. Now that the Idea Lab is in full swing, Austin wanted to test out the new space with a craft challenge. Check it out.
And welcome back to Ideas and Crafts. I'm your host, Austin, and today we're going to go head-to-head to see who can make the best crafts in the Idea Lab. Now over to Austin to meet the competitors.
Coming in at 6'3", 180 pounds, we have Mr. Beeren.
Let's go. Let's go.
Coming in also 6'3" and also 180 pounds, we have Eli Dominguez.
All right, so this is the deal. The theme is spring. You've heard of the term spring chicken. Well, my family caught 2 chickens wandering through our neighborhood a couple weeks ago, so we got a hutch. Now I have the obligation to protect those chickens. So I'm building some anti-predator defense systems, and so I've designed a spike wall right here in Fusion 360. Took me about 20 minutes. All right, as you can see, we got a lot of spiky spikes, all right, that are gonna go in the door that slides and protects them. So if some raccoon or something like that, once they get in, it's gonna it's gonna get hurt. And what's gonna run away and protect my chickens.
Okay, so my plan, theme is spring. I like doing metalwork, my personal hobby of choice. Took a welding class at the end of the class, made this, added some scrap, thought it was really cool, and it's flowers, so spring. So I got a bunch of random pieces of metal, some gears from a car lift, bike, $11 worth of Goodwill silverware, bike spokes. These are some fencing foil blades, some like dryer anti-roll rods, the rods from a lawnmower, some ball bearings from this bike sprocket, nails. I'm going to be sort of chopping this all up and bending it, welding it together to make things that look to some degree like this. Put them on the stems, and then you can like stick it in your garden decorations. So, yeah.
I really like how they're like all made of silverware, but it's all different silverware, so I'd give it like an 8 out of 10.
I like how it's like all different shapes with like different like points of view on all of them, if that makes sense. And I would just give it like a 6 out of 10.
I like how they're made out of like silverware, repurposing it. It's very fun seeing it made out of spoons and stuff. So I give it like an 8.5. Wow. It's very like pointy and spiky to keep things out. But like the things kind of pull out really easily. So I'd give it like a 4.5 out of 10.
It's pretty interesting how like this was made. Like I don't really know how to make stuff with wood, but I would give it like a 6 out of 10. But it's just like a smart like invention, but I feel like it wouldn't really work.
I like it. I give it an 8 out of 10 because I think like these are pretty sharp and they would like hurt the predators, but like the predators wouldn't get stuck to the door because like, they'd come out. So I think that's good.
The winner is
to all the judges for judging. Thank you to Mr. Duke and Eli Dominguez for playing. And back to you, Studio 22.
Hello, Warriors. I'm Emery back with your Warrior Sports Zone update. First off, big congratulations to Ronan Siebold, who competed against the top 200 gymnasts in the nation last Friday. He had to qualify as one of the top 48 for an opportunity to compete at finals on Sunday, and he qualified, he did. So on Sunday, Ronan won the bronze medal in vault and also earned a medal for his floor exercise. Check out this video of his medal earning vault. Next up, our baseball team won against Yorkville on Monday. They play at home on Saturday against Harvest Christian Academy at 10 a.m. Girls softball plays home against rival Timothy Christian today at 4:30 p.m. Moving to lacrosse, the boys had a big win over the weekend, beating New Trier with a score of 10-7. They play tomorrow at home versus St. Ignatius at 7 p.m. Congratulations to the girls soccer team as they were crowned champions of the Body Armor Series, first off in 20 years. They play again tonight at home versus Providence Catholic at 7 p.m. Boys tennis celebrated their seniors on Monday and are back in action today at home versus Wheaton Orville South at 4:30 p.m. Lastly, boys volleyball have their senior night on Thursday as they take on St. Ed's. They will do it for you. That will do it for you for your Warrior Sports Zone update. Back to the desk.
Thanks for joining us today. Make sure to support your Warrior sports teams, and as always, don't forget to follow us on Instagram and YouTube. Stay classy, Wheaton Academy.